It's not closing. Something's wrong.
Toit. We've had an exciting delivery this morning. It's the worktop for our kitchen, and it's this gorgeous piece of bamboo I'm sitting on. So the next thing to do is going to be to oil it, and we've got this Osmo oil here.
We were really nervous about cutting the bamboo to start with because we were worried it was just going to split. However, it actually ended up being really easy to work with.
For our kind of upstand backsplash area around the sink, we've cut a piece of our worktop out, and it's going to sit down the back here. It nicely covers the little silver foil gap we've got here, and we're just going to glue it up. You can start to see how the kitchen is going to end up looking now. We've got our lovely L bamboo worktop, got our upstand here behind our worktop and sink area, which will sit in here, and then over that end we're going to have our hob on the long bit of the L, and we're probably going to put some sort of backsplash around that section of wall just to protect it from the heat.
This piece of the kitchen is going to sit quite close to the wall, so we have to make sure that we cut all the holes and did any rounding over of the edges before we install it.
Yeah. We're going to be installing our hob today into our nicely cut hole here. However, these are the instructions for it, and they're kind of rubbish. It's just a series of pictures, so we think we know what we're doing. We're going to find out. Alex is here looking at the injectors for our hob.
As it's a normal gas hob, it came with normal gas injectors here, so we need to change them over for these little LPG burners.
Yeah.
We've got the instructions for our oven here, and you can see there's these little wooden battens on the side, which is what we actually screw the oven into for support. And Alex is just measuring up for those now. They're going to go on like that. So we're going to screw those on first, and then look at installing the oven.
Just looking at installing the door here, and there's these little catches on each side, and the only way we found to install this, because obviously the instruction manual doesn't have any instructions, is to insert the hooks into this little area here. Yeah, both sets in like so.
With those catches attached.
And then take the catches off, which can easier said than done in some instances.
It's not closing. Something's wrong. So you put these hooks in here. It's nice and easy. Yeah, piece of cake. Pop that in there. Slot that one in underneath all the way home. Snug as a bug in a rug. Lie it down. That pulls the weight off the catches roughly. So you can knock that catch off. Then you get your hand caught, and then you put that catch off. And now you can close halfway for grill, or all the way, or it will open all the way.
The IKEA instructions are rubbish, so we're going rogue.
The IKEA instructions were completely useless, so we have decided to go completely off-piste at this point. And so we're marking out our curve as a series of shorter straight lines, because the IKEA instructions over here, if I can even get to the page, I'm surprised these aren't in the bin yet, suggests that you do a 3mm hole followed by an 8mm hole, and then you jigsaw it out, and that perfectly matches the corners. But I'm pretty sure the radius of these corners is more than 8mm. After installing the upstand, we thought we would have enough space to still get the jigsaw in to cut the hole out for the sink. Turns out we were completely wrong, and so for the back portion we had to do a lot of sanding to get the hole the right size.
We've just finished cutting the hole for our sink. You can see it's not the prettiest thing, but it does the job, and that's all going to get covered. And then we've given it a quick coat of oil along the sides to seal it. And oh, here comes Alex.
Guess what just arrived?
Ooh, what have we got?
I believe it's the kitchen backsplash.
Ooh,
And I am very excited for this. If this looks as good as it did online, I really hope it does. It's going to look really nice.
Alright, let's open it.
Us children and adults.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As you can see here, cutting the backsplash was actually really awkward, but in the end, with a sharp Stanley knife and a bit of patience, it did work out.
Don't think that's on straight in the bottom corner. We've got our third piece here ready to go on like that. We're hoping this is going to go better than the first two pieces because they were a bit of a pain. The stuff on the back is super sticky, so if you don't get it lined up dead right in all the angles, then it does not want to come off. But in theory, we're well practiced now, so this one should be easy. Yeah. Yes. Toit.
Cutting holes seems to never end, and now it's time for the taps. We're actually cutting 2 holes here because we also have filtered drinking water.
Okay, all the bits are down. And the truth does the big thing go in. Oh, yeah. Now that we've installed our kitchen surface, our hob, our tap and our sink, there's one more thing to do for the kitchen, which is build a shelf, which we were going to put up here and make it out of wood and attach it into the sides, but we decided we don't need to. Holding themselves up.
That was the easiest shelf I've ever built. Just done the first dry fit of our shelf here, and you can see we've put 2 of our spice jars up there. Obviously we still need to trim up across the back, but to stop these falling out every time we drive, we're going to cut a piece of plywood and attach it all the way across the front. Now we've got our pieces for the shelf, we're just going to glue them up and try and assemble it. That's about it for this week, and we love how our kitchen turned out. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and we'll see you again for another build video soon.